Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Could buying silver make you millions? This is the topic of discussion in this video. Before we start, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new because I do post daily videos. So what is the possibility of making $1 million or plus stacking silver? I mean, for this to be true, you would have to invest a large amount, but also, not only that, silver would have to appreciate, because we're not talking about making $1 million by spending millions. We're talking about, a very large profit, capitalizing off of profits. Now, I made a video earlier today talking about $100 silver and how that is actually much more possible than people realize, with silver being extremely intrinsic, with a lot of opportunity, a lot of potential to appreciate in value, especially over gold. The chance of silver, or the chance of you capitalizing or profiting, is extremely high. So what if you invest maybe $100,000 in silver, and silver 9 times its value? That's $1 million, and that's actually not too out of the ordinary. That wouldn't be too dramatic. I mean, there is drastic fluctuating prices in this market, but the chance of that happening actually is much more realistic than people realize. So if you are investing a couple $100,000, the chance of you making $1 million plus over the next 10 plus years is actually, it's a 50-50 chance, to be honest. In my opinion, it's that simple. I mean, look at 2011, silver was $50. Not even a decade ago, silver was $50. It's $17.50 right now. So think about that right there. $17.50 right now. Not even 10 years ago, silver was $50. So if you're spending $100,000+ buying all this silver at your dollar per cost average at $17.50, and then it jumps to maybe $50 or $100, which is actually much more possible than people realize, do the math. Becoming a millionaire off of that isn't too crazy to throw out there. I mean, most people aren't spending that much money on silver, but trust me, I've been stacking for 7-8 years now, and once you start stacking for a while, it accumulates really fast, a lot faster than you think. You don't have to be spending your entire paychecks. You don't have to be going broke, not being able to pay your bills, or, stack any fiat currency on the side. You can still invest 15% of your paycheck on silver every 2 weeks, and it will accumulate much more fast than you realize. Now, I do want to talk about the fact that if you are stacking this much silver, it's going to be kind of hard to, let's say, put it all somewhere. I guess that's the best way to put it. Storage. I mean, storage and security would be very, very hard at that point. That's why a lot of people do diversify into gold. Sometimes, if you are stacking silver to that degree, it would be better going into the ETF side of it for some of it. I mean, diversify. If you have the money, or if you are trying to diversify into other alleyways, silver ETFs, the SLV, it stands for exchange traded funds. It's the digital side of doing it, investing in precious metals. Now, obviously, there are many more benefits on the physical bullion standpoint from it, because it's the actual metal that you have, and if you can't hold it, you don't own it. I love that saying. It's the saying of the stackers, or of the precious metals community, because one click or one short power outage and all your money's gone. And I've seen it happen before with cryptocurrency. It's happened to me with cryptocurrency, and that's just something that is definitely, you, especially if you're putting that amount of money, or if you're stacking to that degree, you definitely want to be aware of. So you are going to have the better, or the more secure choices if you are stacking the physical bullion, but diversifying into ETFs would also make that a little easier and safer for yourself. Now, I also want to talk about fiat currency, because if you're holding that much money in a bank account, then you are losing a lot of money. Put it like this: if you put $100,000 in silver and gold over 10 years, and then you put another $100,000 in your bank account, in your savings account, for 10 years, the $100,000 in your bank account will have lost its purchasing power when that 10 years is up. What you can buy with that $100,000 would drastically shorten your margin, the things that you can buy with it would have drastically went down. With silver and gold, not only would the $100,000 have kept its value because the metal itself is intrinsic, the metal itself is valuable, but also the chance of some of those coins or a lot of those coins appreciating in value would also go up. I mean, look at pandas. Pandas in 5 years, Chinese pandas could quadruple the price. So imagine if you were investing $100,000, not only if silver's spot price goes up, but also the coin's value itself goes up. That's 10 times the amount of money. This is how people would and do become millionaires. You don't have to be JP Morgan doing shady stuff behind the scenes to be a silver stacking millionaire. Now, I know it's a big thing to throw out there, a millionaire, just that word itself has a stereotype to it, but trust me, once you start investing, and a lot of you guys know this now, it's a lot more common than, and it's a lot more possible than people realize. I made a goal 2 years ago that I was going to make $100,000 that year, and I didn't know how. My YouTube channel was nowhere near where it's at now, so I wasn't making any income. I wasn't really I didn't have a financial, I didn't have any passive income coming in, but I wanted to do it, and I was going to learn how to invest in cryptocurrency. I was going to really work on just entrepreneurship, how to, and diversifying and branching out, and I did it within like 7 months, I think. In that mind state, just learning setting a goal and realizing the opportunity that lies ahead. I mean, think of some of these coins. For example, in Christmas time, Black Friday, in a month or so, there's going to be hundreds of deals across the internet where the new 2020 pandas that are coming out you can get for spot price, the price of an American Eagle, the price of a generic round. And I tell you, you can check the stats. Within 4 or 5 years, those coins will have quadrupled in value. So think of that. If you invest $1,000 into these 2020 pandas and keep them in pristine condition, within 4 or 5 years, you can sell the coins on eBay, specifically eBay, because that's where you have the entire world who's willing to pay the price instead of one coin shop owner. You put them on eBay, and you can 5 times your price. That's $5,000. And that's not even including spot price going up as well, because if spot price also rises, which spot price is low right now, it would even go higher than that. So with that mind state, if you learn how to just figure out what works for you, break down, learn how to make passive income, it's actually much more realistic than people imagine. Now, when I was talking about my $100 silver theory, I was talking about how over time silver has been losing its stigma or value in people's perspectives. People don't look at silver as a realistic or real investment. They look at it as a commodity. It's more for jewelry, more for necklaces. But gold is more of a commodity. Gold's more for jewelry. Gold is used more for rings and necklaces and earrings and coins. Silver is more for technology. I mean, look at EVs, electric vehicles that are coming out. Silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. So we're going to need a lot more silver coming soon when everyone's cars, pretty soon, in a couple of years, everyone's going to be driving EVs. There's not going to be gas-powered cars anymore. And silver is the main operating system in that. Silver has to be used. And scientists actually are learning, they discovered how to make silver 40% stronger without it losing any of its electrical conductivity. So the demand for silver, especially not just from a consumer or investor standpoint like you and I, but from a big business standpoint, is going to be needed. People are going to need it more and more and more as the years go on, as we advance into this technological era. So think about that. And with the supply shortening, there's going to be a huge silver shortage, which will push the price up. So if you invest right now, if you get in early while the prices are low, invest a decent amount of money, you don't even have to invest a decent amount. This video you don't have to become a millionaire. You can make 6 figures off of precious metals without only investing, 2 figures. And it's not something that is a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. It's a realistic possibility, and that's the possibility that precious metals can bring you. I'm curious what you guys think about this. I'm curious if you think this is possible. What is your investing strategy? Where are you headed in your journey with precious metals? Are you a new stacker? Are you an experienced stacker? Are you profiting from it? I mean, there's other ways to make money stacking silver as well. I just talked about the overall scheme of it, but there's also the gold to silver ratio you can use to your advantage, earning free gold or silver without taking a penny out of your pocket. There's also investing in the graded coins and the intrinsic value of the coins themselves. I mean, it's something that is I'm passionate about because I see the potential. I see the opportunity that lies ahead. And this is specifically talking about silver, not gold. So I hope you guys see the same potential, see the same undervalued aspect that silver brings to the table that I do, because if you do, you will one day be financially free, and that is the end goal. But it's not even about that. It's also about preserving your wealth against inflation as the dollar is losing its purchasing power. The dollar's lost nearly 98% of its purchasing power due to hyperinflation, due to pumping out these dollars, just becoming impregnated to a system that's trying to get ourselves out of debt by replacing it with more debt. And that's the truth. That's as true as I can get. But anyways, I do appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. If you did enjoy this video and thought it was entertaining, educational, or just informational, please make sure to smash that like button. It definitely does help out. Also, make sure to click the top left-hand corner if you want to see the video I posted earlier today. I know you guys will check that out. I know you guys are going to dig it. It's a really cool video with a really cool concept. So if you already did see that video, click the top right-hand corner. It will take you to another video of mine. If you are interested in the world of precious metals, even if you haven't, if you're on the edge, if you're on the fence, make sure you subscribe, because that is where you can get the day-to-day insight, the day-to-day, the newest, freshest, the latest stuff that's going on in the world of precious metals. I'm putting in the work. I'm researching all day, every day, what silver price is doing, what's the context behind the scenes, what's happening in the economy from a political standpoint, industrial standpoint, what is any more discoveries. I'm doing all the work to make sure that you are always informed on the newest, most updated information in the world of precious metals to help your stacking journey that much more. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.